Hi everyone, it's Bev DeBono, and I am so happy to show you these fun ideas. This is a quick frame punch fold over page, and it is so fast and easy that you will love it. Now, Creative Memories has many border punches, but they've only had 11 that are what we call frame punches. And these happen to be the petal, baroque, arch border, geometric, snowflake, dollop arch, spider webs, cloud, damask flourish, pumpkin patch, and spring leaves. So these are called frame punches, and what makes these different is the size of the punch itself and the repeat of the punch. So in these, the total shape of the punch is on one section, and each section measures 2 inches. So your 2-inch repeat gives you a lot of flexibility to make frames, which the other punches do not. So you can use any of these frame punches to do this technique. And it is a very fast frame punch fold over page. I'm going to be using the new spring leaves punch. But you can use any of these. The technique is exactly the same. Okay, so you can see on this one, I use damask flourish over here. This one is spring leaves. This one is the spider webs. And I love this technique because you can place this triangle in any direction. It can go side to side, top or bottom, and it really is something that's very flexible. You could also, if you have to, you can have it actually go, this way and make a beautiful design in the middle of your page going outward. Okay, so let's get started. This is what you're going to need. You need a base page or a base paper. And you're going to need a designer paper that has a big contrast from one side to the other. Now, that's very important because you don't want to be punching a frame and then not have it show up. So you see, like on this one here, the side, I punched the lighter side, and when I folded it over, it went onto the blue side. So for the one I'm doing tonight, that's the one side. This is from Birds and Blossoms, and the other side is the beige. Okay, so you want a designer paper with a lot of contrast to do your frame punch. Then you want a, as I said, either a cardstock background or something very tonal. In this one, it was silver and gold that I used. It was a very tonal silver and gold pattern here. For this one, which was a picnic page, a very tonal clouds paper for that. So you want something that's really going to showcase this fast work right here. So let's get started. Let's take your designer paper, and we are going to make a really quick frame. So we're not going to start punching at the line like we usually do. We usually punch to make a straight line. We usually punch at one of the lines between where it says that center the words creative memories. But to make a frame, we're going to punch on the silver line on the shelf. So when you look closely, there is a silver line on the shelf. See if you can see it here. So there's one on the right and one on the left. And that is the line we're going to line our papers up with. Okay, so I'm going to line up my paper. Let's see, I want it to go this way. I'm going to line up my paper all the way to the back, and I'm going to start it on the line. Okay, I'm starting it on the line on the shelf. So it's going to go past where you normally start a punch. Okay, and I'm only going to punch 4 times. Oh, wait, before we get started, I forgot a very, very important part. Sorry. We have to cut our paper down to 10.5 by 10.5. So let's do that first. It would have worked either way, but it's easier to cut it down to 10.5 by 10.5 before we start. So let's cut our designer paper one side to 10.5. And then turn to the left and cut the other side at 10.5. So only 2 cuts. And this gives you a 10.5-inch square. Okay, and that is what we are going to use. Okay, so we have 10.5 by 10.5. Now let's put it into our punch and line it up on the line on your shelf. The line on your shelf. So it's past the point of the punch here. It's the line on the shelf. And we're going to punch 4 times, only 4 times. 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Now we're going to take the side that has the smaller square. You know what? Let me flip it over here because it's easier to see on the solid color. So what you're left with is 4 punches, and you have a larger corner and a smaller corner. You want to use the smaller corner and put the edge of your paper on the line on your shelf. Okay, so use the smaller corner, and turn it so that that will go on the line on your shelf. And we're going to punch 4 times. And you'll have this little 1-inch piece, and you can use that for other pages. So we're punching 4 times. Okay, and that is it. So now what we want to do is we want to cut off, and that's a pretty design, even by itself, just like that. That's really very pretty, kind of a half frame in a way. But we want to cut off these 2 extra pieces that we have here. So we're going to put that into our trimmer, and we're probably just going to cut off 1 inch. Yeah, it goes to about 1 inch. So we're just cutting off that little section there. And with the trimmer, what's cool about this trimmer is that we're going to take our housing and we're going to line up the white line on the side of our trimmer. And that's going to line up right to the paper, that edge that's sticking out there. So the white line is going to match that line right there. That's the extra paper that we're cutting off. So we're going to start cutting there and then press down and cut. You've seen it does a perfect cut. And we're going to do the same thing with the other side. Put that at the 1-inch mark. I'm going to just line my trimmer blade up, and the blade is at the white line. So the blade is matching the edge of my extra paper there. And I'm going to press down, and there you go. Okay, so now this is what we have. Now we're going to take our scoring blade and we're going to score it diagonally from side to side. So our scoring blade is the orange one. We do have 2 new blades, by the way, which are awfully cute. Pinking and Colonial. So put your scoring blade in, and now I'm going to line up. I'm going to turn my paper to the side, and I'm going to line up my top cut line right where that punch started, and I'm going to put the bottom cut line right where that punch ended. Okay, and that's going to go on my trimmer. So the top of the cut line, the bottom of your cut line. We're not cutting, remember, we're using the scoring blade. Okay, so you see exactly where we've got where the punch started is at the top of the cut line, and where the punch ended is at the bottom of the cut line. And now we are just going to score it. Okay, and then we're going to fold it over. And that is your page. So this particular one, I'm folding the brown onto the pattern. And you can have it go in any direction. Now I have my birds. I'm actually thinking I'm going to do this one this way. That's kind of pretty, the direction of the birds. Okay, so what you're going to do, yes, it's sticking out over here. Don't worry about that. We will figure that out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put repo tape on the little edges of my frame. This is just a fast fold over frame punch page. Okay, and that is going to go just like that. And now I'm going to take this frame and I'm going to center it right on my page. And this is so great because you can put this frame at the top, at the side, at the bottom, at the other side. It is really a very flexible look. Okay, and then we're going to clip off those extra pieces very soon. Oops. And we're just going to put so line it up at the top or the side or at the edge of your base, and you just want to smooth it out. And we're going to just take a scissors, and I like to just cut those little pieces from the other side because this way I have my base as my straight line that I'm cutting next to. Okay, and that is your design technique. Now you can add, if you want, you can add a piece in the middle. For this particular one, I used the pretty laser that was in that pack. And then you can add your mats to it. Again, the mats don't all have to be the same size. They could be a lot of fun. And the mats can go up and down, and you can put titles up at the top. This is the silver and gold. And this was the Halloween. This was the spiderweb Halloween punch. So I hope you enjoyed. Fast frame foldover page. And as I said, you can do this with any of the frame punches. We have 11 of them. They're not all current. We do have the ones that are currently in stock are the spring leaves, the damask flourish, which is I used on that, geometric frame, dollop arch, this one here, and spider webs. So those are the ones that are currently on the website. So I hope you enjoyed the technique. Please comment. It will help me with my YouTube channel, and subscribe to my channel, and you'll get a notification every time I post a new video. Thanks again. Bye-bye.